Hey, it's Tony talking car biz. Today we're going to take a quick overview of this 2020 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro double cab. Really a difficult truck to find. Usually in the TRD Pros, typically they're going to be a crew max. But this is a double cab, so the full-size front door and the half-size second door with passenger seating for 5 adults. So let's dig in and take a look at this particular one. This is an army green in color, brand new color for 2020. And up front, you can see we have a huge Toyota badging and a big gloss black finish on the grille. Down here is our sensors for our Safety Sense 2.0, pedestrian detection, lane departure detection, all that built right in that little box. As far as the headlight setup, these are LED headlights, LED driving lights, and the rigid LED fog lights. The LED fog lights are part of the TRD Pro package, and those lights are super bright, super white, nice looking setup. I'm going to give a quick view of the suspension with the wheels cocked around like this. You can see we have the Fox shocks, the Fox springs. Anytime you see the red, that's a TRD brand color. Look at those huge stabilizer bars and sway bars up front. This vehicle is designed to go off-road from the factory, and very stiff, firm ride on there. Let's dive down underneath here, and you're going to see the TRD skid plate. That is a steel skid plate to protect the undercarriage of the vehicle. We have 2 tow hooks up front in the event that you need to pull your Ford friends out or your Dodge friends out of the mud. You're going to be able to do that. Your hood actually has a 2-tiered hood scoop here on the lower and then up here on the higher. And those are primarily for style. They're not functional. They don't open into the engine. But they're there, so if you want to dig out your Sawzall and cut a hole in the hood, if that's important to you, have at it. By the way, you will void your warranty if you do that. Here's your wheel setup. So these are an 18-inch cast aluminum forged wheel with the TRD badging, and they're made by BBS, so a really super high quality wheel. The tires are a P275 65R18, and these tires are good off-road, but they also ride pretty nice on-road. Here's another look at your suspension setup. You can see this is definitely built from the factory to go off-road right away. Factory mud guards are standard, and then we have the blacked out badging for the Tundra. The V8 engine badge is blacked out. Your mirrors up here, great thing about them is they fold in just like so, and that's great if you're going off-road and you don't want to tear your mirrors off as you clip a branch or a tree. As I said, the army green is brand new for 2020. Let me know in the comments if you like the color or don't like the color. The TRD Pro badge is actually stamped right into the side of the bed. And here's a quick view of your rear shock and suspension setup. You'll notice the mud guards are standard front and rear. And then we do have the TRD tipped exhaust system. Looks really nice on there. And then again with the black badging on the 4-wheel drive. The Tundra is actually stamped right into the bed in the same way that it was on the side for the TRD Pro. Here's a quick look at the back of the truck. Now we do have the Toyota door handle. Here's your backup camera, and it does have a locking tailgate. If you decide to put a tonneau cover, you can put that on there and lock everything up tight. This is a factory spray-in bed liner. So a very high quality bed liner with Tundra stamped right in. You can see up there, there's a power rear window, your backup light, your brake lights, and your bed lights all built up there. And then we do have the rail system right here for your attachments. And the tailgate is assisted, so you can open it up with one hand, close it with one hand. Here's your bumper setup. We do have a Class 3 trailer towing package, and you'll see the spare tires tucked up underneath, and it is a full-size spare tire. And you'll see we have the dual exhaust, and you can also see those Fox shocks way up in there. The trailer wiring is all set right here. We do have lighted step bumper, and it does have a texture on here to help prevent slipping when getting into the bed. It's a good looking rear tail lights. And then let's just head around quickly and we'll go ahead and jump in the inside and see what we can find. Okay, diving into the inside. Before we get in, I just want to cover the door here on the driver's side. So TRD Pros come with the red stitching throughout. So I'll point that out as we go along. But we do have power windows, power door locks, of course. Down on the bottom, there's room for 2 bottles of water. And there's also some pockets here for, I don't think you need maps anymore, but books and maps, that type of thing. The driver's seat is full power, as is the passenger seat, and these are a full leather seat. Here we go again with the red stitching, and then that leads up into the embroidered TRD backrest, and your headrest has the red stitching in it as well. And then we also have the height adjustable seat belts, so up and down like that, and the seats do recline all the way back. So a nice seat setup. Typically on a TRD Pro like Tacomas and 4Runners, it's up in the headrest, but on the Tundra it's actually in the back of the seat. So let's go ahead and see what we can find down here. On the lower part of the dash here, there's a whole bunch of switches. Power mirrors. This is your interior dome light on and off switch. We've got your headlights adjustable up and down. That's for your fog lights. And then we've got automatic bright lights on and off. And then this is the power rear window button for way back in here. So those controls are all located down on the bottom. And then you'll notice we have this kind of gunmetal gray finish throughout the interior. Let's go ahead and jump into the driver's seat. So here in the driver's seat, the steering wheel is a 4-spoke steering wheel, which is different than the newer Toyotas. Leather wrap steering wheel, of course. All of your sound system and your Bluetooth controls are right here on the left-hand side. And then over on the right-hand side, these are all the controls for your information center, your pedestrian detection, lane departure detection, all of that on this side. And that's become pretty standard on all Toyotas. Cruise control is still down here on the Tundra, but I suspect it'll move on to the steering wheel with the new 2021 model. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Start the engine, I should say, so you can see what the gauges look like when we start it up. Before we do that, you'll notice the Toyota, the bezels are that Tundra kind of trademark brushed aluminum effect. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Oh, by the way, this one does have push button start because it has the smart key system as well. All right, let's start it now. So your gauge cluster is a white on black, and we've got tachometer here, oil pressure over here, temperature gauge, battery gauge, fuel gauge, and then your or your speedometer's over here, and then you'll notice up here we have outside temperature, and then this is our information center. In the center there, it does have a gear indicator, and we can also, when the doors are closed, we could scroll through the information center. So right now you can see I have 4 doors open. Hey, I'm going to jump out and go in the back and give you a listen of that exhaust system. It sounds pretty awesome, so let's do that right away. Don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to turn my camera around so you can hear it with the microphone. So a great sounding exhaust system. It is a dual exhaust, of course. Let's jump back inside. Okay, so here's our center stack. Just going to go ahead and dim that down a little bit. You can see we do have an 8-inch touchscreen system, and that does have a navigation, of course, and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. All of that's wrapped in here, but a nice big screen, easy to read. And then when we put it in reverse, we get our backup camera. Down here we've got the controls for your heating and air conditioning, dual temperature controls, front driver, front passenger. We do have heated outside mirrors. And then we've got our 4-wheel drive controls right here. And over on this side is where you're going to find those controls for your towing and your brake gain, and there's your push button start. Way down low down here we've got power ports, a ton of those, traction control on and off, and another 12-volt power port over on the side there, a cup holder, and a place to set your phone. But it does not have wireless charging. This would be a great place for wireless charging. It's not available on the 2020. You can see the TRD shift lever. It's leather wrapped, and it's got the brushed aluminum around the edges. There's our transmission settings and another storage, and here's a really large cup holder. What's odd about the cup holder is this is chrome finish, but everything else is brushed aluminum, so it just seems a little bit odd to me, but it is what it is. Here's a quick look at the dashboard. You can see we have a large glove box. There's that red stitching. Here's some more of that brushed aluminum, and there's a nice place up here. This is kind of a rubber mat. Good place to throw your phone. Up on the top, automatic dimming mirror and garage door openers built right in. And then here we have a sunglass holder, a letter holder, and our safety connect switch is right there. Here's our mirrors. These are lighted vanity mirrors. The visors themselves don't have any extenders on them, but they do slide, so you can actually move the whole visor if you need to adjust it. And then finally here on the center console, here's our keyless remote. You can see we have the TRD Pro badging, another place to potentially set your telephone, and then a huge storage compartment underneath here, another charging port, and then on the back side, a place to put your ink pens and your letters, your papers, all of that type of thing. So there's a look from the driver's perspective. Let's go ahead and jump in the back seat and see what we can find there. Okay, jumping into the back seat, there are no bottled water holders on the back doors. They are in the center console. Now the back seats are full leather, and there's room clearly for 3 adults in the back here, and this is the double cab version. Leather seats, of course, and then again with the red TRD stitching, contrast stitching. Looks nice on there. The back seats do fold up and down. They are a 60-40 fold down seat, and the handle to move that is right here. Now before I dive in there, I wanted to show you that they do come standard. The Tundras come standard with these. These are your tie down hooks that connect to the rail system in the bed. So those are standard and included. By the way, the TRD Pro does come with TRD Pro floor mats, which are in the box on the other side of the vehicle here. So let me go ahead and pull this up. And that's how you fold up your back seat. It's a one-handle configuration. I like it way better than the Tacoma. The fact that you can do it with one hand. So this piece here, actually, you can actually take it out. There's some screws right here, and you can lift it out if you need more storage, or you don't want this storage compartment. But underneath here, it's got a huge cargo storage area, and that extends over to the passenger side as well. So if you want to have a lot of cargo and you want to hide it away, tuck it away under the seat, that's a great place to put it. Your center console, there's one charging port right here. And again, I think Toyota could do a better job of putting those in different places in the cars. I saw one vehicle video review where they actually had the chargers mounted in the backs of the front seats, which I thought made a lot of sense. So maybe Toyota will pick up on that for 2021. Here's your cup holders right here. And then over on the back seat, that's a pocket for maps and books and what have you. But Toyota tends to not put them on the backs of the driver's seat. I think the main reason is by putting it over here, it allows the driver to reach over and get things out of the pocket without having to contort themselves to do that. And then the seat just folds down like that. I think if Toyota wants to go all the way with those seats, wouldn't it be great if there was a button right here, like maybe a power switch that you could just push with your fingers and it would bring that up. That would take the luxury level on the Tundra up an additional notch. So that's the back seat on the TRD Pro. Okay, let's dive under the hood and see what we can find. So the standard engine is the 5.7 liter V8, produces 381 horsepower and 401 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's a V8, so you've got a 32 valve engine, variable valve timing, which helps with the performance and the fuel economy. Combined fuel economy without towing a trailer is 14 miles per gallon. Nothing to write home about, but what do you expect out of a high-performance full-size pickup truck? Maybe next year when they have the hybrid edition, we'll get better fuel economy. So this engine actually has a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty on it with no deductible and Toyota Care. So that's going to cover all your maintenance for 2 years, 25,000 miles. And just has proven to be a bulletproof engine, super solid. It actually has a 38-gallon fuel tank, so with 14 miles per gallon, you should still be able to make it a week or two between fill-ups. So that's your 2020 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Army Green double cab. And by the way, this one is sold, but I rarely see the double cab TRD Pro, so I wanted to get a quick video of it. If you like it, if you'd like to get one for yourself, let us know. We can get one for you. You can order it from the factory or trade it with one of our dealers, partners. Hey, by the way, this is Tony talking Car Biz. If you like my video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, subscribe to my channel. And then most importantly, if you want something more specific, maybe you'd like me to talk more about the engine, then let me know in the comments. And if I can get a video for you, custom made, if I can get it done, I will. This is Tony talking Car Biz. Thanks for watching.